Hey there, welcome to the channel. I'm going to give you some tips on Motorsport Manager so you don't feel like this.
No, wait, let me say something. Let me say something.
Pick mostly ultra soft if you can on the tires. Fit in your parts. Make sure to definitely look here at the weather. Because if it's saying, like, you know, it likes to trick you and be like, oh, it's sunny here, and then it's pouring rain here. So, be ready. Alright, so number one, make sure you have the drivers that you want. I try and get them in at the lowest price. Let's see, 147,000. She's a pretty good driver, though. I'm a few years in with this one, so... You know, I've got her stats up a bunch. She's pretty good. I've had her for a while, but still not that expensive. I don't spend no $7 million for the best driver. I mean, I look for potential. I got a lot of monies. Let's take a look here what we got. Car. Okay. I put a lot of money in the first little bit. You gotta just struggle and fight a bit, and you might lose a little bit in the beginning, but stick with it. I think after, you know, I was winning, I was making some money, and then I won eventually. I think after the first or second year, and I put a crap load of money into this car, and I do every year now. The beginning, you do not want to cheap out in the beginning when you're designing your car. That will dictate how your entire season goes. Okay, now we get to another serious... A lot of your win and loss is going to determine... like this screen right here, changing your setup, you need to do some tweaks. And these tweaks are going to be very important. I like to try and get my little yellow bars over closest to the end, and we're just gonna kind of put this somewhere. You start to really just get a feel for this. Obviously you can't put it anywhere over here because that's not okay. You gotta stay in the green. Maybe go a little bit beyond. You always want to have your downforce over in this area a bit. You never want to keep it like there. Okay. Confirm. Always take your practice sessions. Do not sim. I cannot stress that enough. And then this is important. Qualifying or race. What's going to be more important? I think qualifying because you can only do really one. It's not going to give you enough time to really get the bonuses up from this for both, which you will get bonuses. So do qualifying because it's best to start off in position number one, unless you're like super slow and you'll lose. But okay, send the next one out. Put them both on the same stint. This will really help you get it. And I never do this. If you want to do the... okay, well, it's not until race. Okay, never mind. So you let them do their thing. They go around. As you can see, the setup knowledge increases. Don't worry about your tires. Don't worry about time. Don't worry about anything. You can come in dead last in this. It does not matter. Key point is your tuning of your car and the position you're going to be in going into the race. Because if your car is tuned to the max and you go into the race in spot number 1 and number 2 with your second driver, you're going to have the best chance. Unless you screw up a tire change. Which brings me to my next point. Do not let your tires ever run right down. That will kill you. Having the wrong tires on in the wrong weather will kill you. Make sure you got the right tires on. Change them at about 3/4 unless you get a chance to do it earlier, then you might as well, but And by that I mean, you know, if you need gas or something and you're going in anyway. And then what you want to do is you just want to call these guys back in. Takes them a minute to get in. And now here's where the magic happens. Okay, you want to send out, and it gives you a readout of your tuning. Okay, good, poor, okay. So we want to use these bottom bars. Okay, we're going to have to move a little bit if it's okay, because it's going to go okay, good, great. So we'll try that. And always best to try and give it the downforce this direction. I bet you that's going to be better. I just send them out with the same tires, so I don't really waste. Again, we're not racing here, so who cares if you come in dead last? I don't usually, but okay, so every time you send these guys out, they are going to gather more data for you, you know, and as you make the tweaks, they're going to let you know. So call them back in almost right away. Let's just, you can let them go around once and they'll know. Okay, we get a little bit better of a feel. And another good tip, you can look at where you were before, okay? See that? So what's happening here is you can look at your last setup and it'll show you quite clearly. Gives you better odds of getting it right. And I'm being really quick here. I'm trying to make this video fast. I don't think all the information needs to be... I don't think it needs to take 3 hours to explain this. I was wrong on the downforce. It's the other way. But you know what? Doing this will give you an indication. You'll be able to know right around where you are, okay? And then we'll get on to the next part. Time for the qualifying round. One thing that I find is nurse. Then you don't really have to worry about your car breaking down. So if you can find a mechanic that has that perk, that's a really good one. I want to take off qualifying trim. Just picking my bonuses here. You can make additional tweaks here if you were like almost there and you just needed to tweak it a little bit. I don't really... well, you know what? We're just gonna go with that. This is... always take the qualifying. Yeah, you have to basically do all of this manually. This game does not like it when you sim. So don't do it. And I don't know if you're good at this. I am not good at doing the... I just let them do it. That's what they get paid the big bucks for after all. I mean, what's the point of doing their job for you? Just get through this. And they're going to do a one run. They'll come in. Or they do a warm-up round, then they do a run. And we're going to send them out right away, because why not? New tires for this. This just gives them another chance to get a better time. Although I can see both my drivers are in the #1 spot with minimal effort. I'm doing this literally as fast as I possibly can. Trying to make this video as quick as I can. I'll see you at the race. Give me 1 sec. Okay, my setup for this is always attack, overtake for everybody. We're in first and second spot. Everybody's going to bum rush right off the hop. They want to try and get ahead of you, but if you don't let them for the first like quarter of a lap, you've got them. You can slow down a bit, not burn your gas, not burn your stuff, and maintain your lead. Here we go. Strap yourself in. Okay, by this point, we can turn it down. We'll go medium, neutral. You can muck around with that if you want. I just find it incredibly hard to lose in this. Almost taunt them. Ah, they're getting me. Right. Uh-oh. Okay, so somebody crashed, so it's giving us the ability to go into the pit. 9 laps remaining. I don't always fill right up on my gas because it also makes your car heavier. And never pit them both at once or you're gonna lose time. Pit one and on the next lap, pit the other one. And you can set her to pit. Good. Alright. Everything's looking good except for that 1 and 9, but it's okay because you know what? I pitted before them, so when they pit, we'll fly by. You watch. Don't be scared of that. And don't try and hit the gas so you burn more gas and all that. You don't want to do that. There you go, first and second. Everybody's got a pit. You know, you might pit, you might lose some time, people might fly by you, but like in real racing, everybody's got a pit. So if they get ahead of you now, you'll get ahead of them later. And it's always better to get ahead of them later in the last lap and just, you know, screw them over. See, I'm not paying attention, but 3 laps. Okay, always good to have a little more than you need in the final stretch, just in case you got to hit some afterburners. No, don't do that. Oh shoot, I have to. She's gonna run out of gas. Well, I'm breaking my own rules here. Let's see if I can still pull out a first and second. And remember, I mean, I've built it up now, and I've got the drivers I want. I've got everything. In the beginning, the first season, you're not supposed to win. I don't think, anyway. Or maybe I just hadn't figured out the tweaks. Okay, come on, Green. Pick it up. As long as you got one driver that finishes in first, you're going to do just fine. And there you go. You know, if I had paid more attention, I would have got them both in first and second, but there you have it, folks. Easy win. Just focus on the tweaking, focus on the initial cost of your car in the beginning, you know, and you're going to be just fine. Don't cheat. I never cheat. Don't build like illegal parts because they will catch you, and that sucks when you win on this part right here. Anyway, have a good day. If you liked the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
I'm proud of you fellas. You all kept your head on a swivel, and that's what you gotta do when you find yourself in a vicious cockfight.